Welcome back to Cars Craze, the ultimate destination for everything fast, loud, and born to dominate the streets and the track. Today we're diving into something truly legendary, something that's more than just a car, it's a statement of American engineering at its absolute peak. Buckle up, because we're talking about the 2026 Ford GT, and trust me, this isn't just an upgrade, it's a revolution. If you thought the previous GT models were the pinnacle of performance, Ford has cranked the dial past maximum and broken it clean off. The 2026 Ford GT is lighter, sharper, smarter, and even more aggressive. Forget subtlety, this is Ford screaming to the world that the GT is still the king of supercars. The design alone looks like it split time and space to arrive straight from the future. Every surface, every vent, every aerodynamic crease has a purpose. It doesn't just slice through the air, it commands it. The proportions are pure GT heritage, low, wide, and menacing, but this time with even more carbon fiber, even more attitude, and a stance that looks like it's ready to pounce even when parked. Now let's talk about what's sitting right behind the driver. Ford isn't just throwing horsepower at us, they're bringing a whole new power philosophy. Rumor has it the 2026 GT comes with a hybrid-assisted twin-turbo V6 or possibly even a flat-plane crank V8, depending on which spec you choose. Either way, we're looking at well over 800 horsepower, catapulting this machine from 0 to 60 in what feels less like acceleration and more like teleportation. And unlike some cars that rely on brute force, the GT combines precision with savagery. Advanced torque vectoring, active dampers, and adaptive aerodynamics mean this thing doesn't just perform on straight lines, it dances through corners like it's defying physics. Inside the cockpit, Ford kept it minimal but futuristic. You're not getting unnecessary fluff. No massaging seats or wooden panels. You get a driver-focused command center, sculpted bucket seats, a digital cluster that shifts its graphics depending on your drive mode, and a steering wheel that feels more like a fighter jet yoke than something from a road car. Every button, every pedal, every pixel is there with one purpose, to make you feel like you're piloting a missile. And speaking of modes, the 2026 GT brings back the legendary track mode, where the suspension lowers, the aerodynamics flare, and the entire car transforms from street monster to race weapon in seconds. But Ford didn't just build a track demon. They built a masterpiece of engineering. You get titanium exhausts that howl like thunder when you hit the throttle. You get side-mounted intercoolers sucking in air like a hurricane. You get a chassis so rigid that Ford had to fine-tune the suspension to keep it from snapping your spine. And yes, this time around, Ford might be offering a limited-run roadster variant. Imagine all that performance with the sky above you and the engine screaming behind you. That's not driving, that's pure sensory overload. Now let's talk exclusivity. You don't just walk into a dealership and buy a GT. No, Ford chooses you. Just like past generations, the 2026 Ford GT will be built in extremely limited numbers. If you're lucky enough to get approved, you're not buying a car, you're securing a legacy. And if you miss out, well, prepare to see resale prices hit the stratosphere. This car isn't just a collector piece, it's automotive royalty. So who is this car for? It's not for casual cruisers. It's for those who crave speed like oxygen. It's for people who understand that cars aren't just machines, they're emotions forged in metal and fire. The GT isn't begging for attention. It demands respect. When you fire it up, you don't just hear the engine. You feel it reverberate through your bones. You don't steer it, you command it. And if you hesitate, it reminds you that this isn't a toy. This is a beast, and you better be worthy. And the best part, this car isn't just about nostalgia. Ford could have easily said, we've done enough. We've made history before. But instead, they chose to raise the bar again. The 2026 Ford GT is a message to every other supercar manufacturer, America is still in the game, and it's playing to win. So here's the big question. Would you take the 2026 Ford GT over a Ferrari SF90? Over a McLaren 750S? Over a Lamborghini Revuelto? Let's be real, those are incredible machines. But the Ford GT isn't about flashy badges or luxury hype. It's about raw performance distilled into its purest form. It's a weapon built with one mission, domination. If you're watching this right now, I want to know, if Ford handed you the keys, what would be the first thing you'd do? Would you hit the track? Take it through a winding canyon road? Or just park it in your garage and stare at it like a piece of art? Let me know in the comments, because honestly, I don't even know if I'd be able to resist flooring it the second I sit down. This is Cars Craze, and if you're as obsessed with machines like this as I am, you're in the right place. We're just getting started. The 2026 Ford GT is proof that legends don't fade, they evolve. They get louder, faster, and even more untouchable. So make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, and turn on notifications, because we're bringing you more automotive insanity every single week. The next generation of power is here. The king has returned, and its name is the Ford GT.